The family business just got a massive injection of your hard-earned cash, and the government is hoping you're too distracted by the weekend to notice. Hey Canada, it's Earl. While everyone was focused on the convention in Montreal and the exit taxes on our youth, a massive $8 billion payday was quietly funneled into the Irving Empire. I'm looking at the final implementation contracts for the River-class destroyers today, April 11th, 2026, and the numbers are enough to make your head spin. The federal government just officially greenlit an $8 billion implementation contract with Irving Shipbuilding in Halifax. They're calling it a milestone for the national shipbuilding strategy. The catch, that $8 billion is just for the first 3 ships and the initial 6 years of work. The reality, the total estimate for just those 3 ships has already ballooned to $22.2 billion. That's over $7 billion per ship. To give you some perspective, you could build a world-class hospital in every major Canadian city for that kind of money, but instead, we're handing the keys to a single-family dynasty in the Maritimes. Mark Carney and his ministers are out there touting this as a buy-Canadian win that will create 5,000 jobs. The truth, while the ships are being welded in Halifax, the high-tech guts, the radar, the missiles, the combat systems, are largely coming from Lockheed Martin and other foreign giants. We are essentially paying a massive Irving tax to have these ships assembled here, instead of buying them at a fraction of the cost from our allies. The job math. If you divide that $8 billion by 5,000 jobs, you're paying $1.6 million per job. But I know a lot of Atlantic Canadians who would work for a lot less than $1.6 million a year. Where is the rest of that money going? Straight into the corporate coffers. Here is the part the Liberals really don't want you to hear. This isn't a fixed-price contract. It's a cost-plus arrangement. How it works: if Irving runs into delays, which they always do, or if the price of steel goes up, you pay the difference. There is zero incentive for them to be efficient, because the longer they take and the more they spend, the more profit they make. The record: this project started years ago with a total budget of $26 billion for 15 ships. Now, we're looking at nearly that much just for the first 3. The Irvings already own the gas stations, the timber, the newspapers, and the ships in the Maritimes. Now, they've successfully lobbied the Carney government to ensure they remain the sole prime contractor for the most expensive military project in Canadian history. Why is there no competition? Why is there no real oversight? Because in Ottawa, the Irvings aren't just a company, they are a shadow department of the government. They want you to think this is about national defense and sovereignty. But when you look at the skyrocketing costs and the lack of a firm price tag, it looks a lot more like a wealth transfer. They are taxing your kids to leave the country and taxing your workers to move to the US, but they have no problem finding $8 billion in the couch cushions when a billionaire family comes knocking. It's time to stop pretending this is about the Navy and start realizing it's about the network. Thanks for listening. Stay awake.